Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Not come on in. Not come. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am back for Queen Sugar, y'all. It's been a while, but we back with the jump off bit. Listen, Queen Sugar is set in Louisiana, and I have been on and off the show throughout the years, but it is one of my favorite shows to watch. It can sometimes just be a bit of a drag, a little sad, a little upsetting, but it's beautifully shot. And it's almost on the lines of a This Is Us without the nice white people. Like there are nice white people, but Queen Sugar is more so along the lines about, a family of, black people, basically, and the people around them. But it does give the This Is Us feel, where it has you looking back on, generations of a family and having like turmoil in that family and pulling on your damn heartstrings every episode. So yeah, y'all, let's go ahead and get into Queen Sugar. So, picking up where we left off the last time we saw everyone, Charlie is in city council, right? Nova and Calvin, the white police officer, have decided to make a go of it. Micah is in college. Vi has her restaurant. Her and Hollywood are making a go of it and all of that. Ralph Angel and Darla are back together. All right, so that's just a little update. Now let's get to my notes. So y'all know Frances was the older white lady. Okay, that's a part of the Landry Boudreaux family or whatever the hell. Yeah, she's the one that burned down the Queen Sugar Mill. Y'all know that's Charlie and the family's sugar mill. Okay, always trying to steal from the black folks so that they can put a highway up in the middle of St. Joe. All right, so Frances ends up getting 7 years in a penitentiary for conspiracy to burn down the Queen Sugar Mill. She swears that it's all a conspiracy against her because she's a successful woman, and one day Charlie will see. And I was like, so what does this mean? Does this mean that you're just like the scapegoat and that your brother or some other men involved are really the ones pulling the strings? Is that what we are to believe, Frances? Listen, last year when you told Charlie how she wasn't shit but a half-breed that was trying to be like you with your whiteness and your cleanliness and all of that, because you white and all of that, I was just like, ma'am, it don't even matter at this point. Your ass is going to jail. I love how the judge told her, you will not rewrite history in here, bitch. Okay? You did the shit. This is not an argument about that. It's been proven. You did it. And now you're going to jail for 7 years. Don't get up here and try to change history. Don't do it. Don't do it, ma'am. It won't happen here in this courtroom. Okay? So everybody is super duper happy about that. Parker, okay, is also there. And we found out that Parker is, Landry Boudreaux, the brother, the man, his half daughter. Okay, so this is her aunt, her racist aunt that's standing up here going to jail for 7 years, and she's in the back of the courtroom with her good eye on Charlie. I told y'all that Ralph Angel and Darla were back together, and I'm so happy about it. I'm super duper happy about it. They got them a nice little family situation going on with Blue and the twos of them. Okay, we're gonna dive further into that at the end of the episode. So Nova has a new project. We saw her at the beginning of the episode doing, some type of like ritual, thanking the ancestors for everything that has, happened for her. She's had a aha moment as well. She's kind of had a 180, to where she has fixed some of the issues she was having. Because when she put out that tell-all book about her family, embarrassed the shit out of everybody and put their business on Front Street in order to push forth her career, child, everybody was feeling away. When you put it out there that Ralph Angel wasn't really Blue's biological daddy, bitch, you was doing a lot. When you put it out there, the secret goings-ons with Charlie and the woman who her husband was paying for sex and all of that, child, she put it all out there in that book, and the family was upset. All right? She didn't cut her locks off and shit. Now she with White Calvin, the police officer. And it's a whole new world out this bitch. She has a True Papers digital advocacy website. that she presented at a party at her house this episode. And this is when my god sister Samantha, who is playing Carmela, is questioning Calvin about, you know, who he really is and what his intentions really are. And are we to believe that you're a police officer that isn't trying to harm black people? Fictional characters. Fictional characters. Okay, that's what she's saying. Personally, I know, you know, good police officers, white and black, but that's also been because I've been around a lot of them growing up and in work. I think it also depends on how they look at you. You know what I'm saying? But I've also met some assholes, black and white. Okay, so yeah, y'all, it's a luck of the draw, but the system needs to change within itself because the rules are set up for y'all to police yourselves and for y'all to protect when y'all do terrible things to people with those unions and shit. The police unions are terrible. It basically allows for them to get away with murder. I mean, not basically, that's exactly what it does. That's what they continue to do, and that's what needs to change, okay? I firmly believe that, yeah, we do need police officers, but we need to restructure how y'all are, you know, who's checks and balancing the shit, because y'all checking yourselves and all of that is not the way. It's not the way, Sway. It needs to be independent. It needs to be away from y'all, and y'all need to lose pensions. Y'all need to lose money. We do not need to pay for your life once you are no longer a police officer after you have used your power against the community. The community should not have to pay for your life after that. That just seems very disrespectful and stupid to me. So to me, I feel like those are the things we really need to be working on. Okay? Making some consequences and repercussions for this shit. Okay? But you know, deeper conversation for another time, but I thought I'd tap dance on it right quick. So then Ralph Angel comes over with the news that everybody was notified that half of the black farms in St. Joe are being seized by eminent domain. Okay, the Beckington group, the group that's trying to put the highway in the middle of St. Joe, has now decided legally they can obtain these people's property, including Ralph Angel and the family's farm. So Charlie calls an emergency city council meeting. Charlie's the only black woman on the city council from what I can tell. It looked like there might have been a real light complected lady. I wasn't sure. But either way, there's only one black man on this city council, and his name is Jackson. And he seems to be the op. And I was just kind of like, how the only black man on the city council gonna be the ops? That's so aggravating. Ralph Angel says that it's not only up to Charlie to do something about this, okay? They done took all our land, and y'all sitting up here with these sad faces, mad because we called an emergency meeting and you not getting your beauty sleep. And your bitch ass need to come up with a plan because we put you in city council, so you need to fix this, okay? That's how Ralph Angel felt about it. Now, I told y'all Nova has gone through a transformation. And she tells Ralph Angel that she wants to help him get the farm back. He doesn't have to do this all on his own. Ralph Angel is having a little bit of a time accepting all of the help from her because he's still upset about her putting his business in that book. But she says, you know, she really would like for him to fully forgive her. And she's learned from her mistakes. And he says that he's going to try. And I hope he does, because everybody knows that he's dependent upon Nova, you know, their relationship. So Charlie and Nova go to court and talk to the judge, right? They had to go up against Parker and the Beckington group in court. And they basically show how the Beckington group is a reckless company that caused the city in Oklahoma to become a cancer alley. So the parish is given more time by the judge to prove that this is a pattern. Also, the judge wants them to come up with an alternate route for the highway that doesn't, you know, take over most of the farms. Like, it needs to harm the least amount of black farms, and it needs to not go through, you know, the Charlie family farm. Okay, figure this shit out. But the judge wants some alternate routes. Okay, so we can try to get this shit fixed. Parker wants to talk to Charlie, you know, after the meeting alone. But Nova is like, nah, whatever you got to say to her, you got to say to me. But y'all know they see Nova as the media, so they don't really want to have conversations in front of her, okay? Parker thinks that there is somewhere that they can agree, and Charlie doesn't agree with that. So Nova is trying to get used to living with Calvin, who is the type of man who will eat a full plate of food on her satin pillowcase, of which he thought was no longer important because she cut off her locks as if he doesn't understand that the texture of your hair did not change just because the style of it changed. Okay, I'm gonna let it go. So Nova is supposed to meet with Calvin's family at some point, but Calvin is worried about his family. We can pretty much guess that there's going to be some problems. We've seen a preview. His ex-wife gonna be at some family get together, and then who knows who's gonna be racist at the family gathering. Okay, so yeah, none of us are excited about meeting Calvin's parents except for Nova. Ralph Angel has dinner with Blue and Darla, and Blue demands that he says the prayer. And so when he goes to thank God for his son and he realizes he doesn't have a suitable name or a suitable title for Darla to go to God about. You know what I'm saying? So that was the moment I realized he was going to propose to Darla. Okay, we gonna get to that, but that's when we knew that. Charlie calls Parker to the sugar mill because she wants Parker to see what Francis in the Beckington group did to her black-owned business. Okay, Parker is on this tip where she thinks that the people of St. Joe no longer need to rely on farming and it's a way of the past. And I'm like, bitch, the last time I checked, we still gotta eat. The last time I checked, we still gotta eat. So there needs to be farms. I don't want food made in factories. I want food and all that shit made on farms. Okay, I live here in Louisiana, and I also recognize how hard it is for black people to obtain land in order to be farmers in the first damn place. So the conversation that she's having is pissing me off. Okay. Charlie basically says, oh, so you trying to Booker T. Washington versus W.E.B. Du Bois this situation, okay? When at the end of the day, what I want you to realize is these black people own something and you trying to take that away from us. I'm not about to bend on this, just so you know. Parker is like, I hope you speak for everybody in St. Joe and I hope you're ready for the fight, bitch, because I'm coming. Then we see Micah, y'all. It seems as if Micah is at UNO. I don't know what school they said he was going to, but when I looked at it, it looked like UNO. He also pledged Nu Zeta Gamma. He hasn't been spending that much time with his mama, and now we know why, because he has pledged. Y'all know Micah has been trying to get closeness to his black community. You know what I'm saying? He was taken from that living in California and having his privileged lifestyle. Since being here in Louisiana and in New Orleans, he's gotten closer to that. He's had some ups and downs, getting in trouble and all of that with the activism and being a kid that doesn't know how to work through those issues in a healthy way that doesn't get him in trouble. But he has Charlie to save the day. All right. But he's in school. He's pledging. He seems to be doing the right things. But I sense that there is a lot of stress with Micah. So they celebrate the Feast of St. Josephine to honor the black woman to whom the town is named after. It's the first annual. And Charlie is the first black woman in the history of her parish to sit on the city council. That is some bullshit. Okay, but hey, we're glad it finally happened. There's a whole little ceremony and the kids hold up pictures of dead family members and they drink, dance, and celebrate. Okay, it's a good time had by all. And then Parker and representatives get on the mic for the Beckington group and say that they have changed the route to not harm most of the black-owned farms, but now it's going to go through the cemetery. So she made it seem as if she and Charlie had a conversation about that. She even thanked Charlie for her work as if Charlie knew about this, but Charlie didn't know. So now everybody in the room, all the constituents, think that Charlie is now trying to throw all of their dead family members' remains out on the street. I don't know how I feel about this, y'all, because I do feel like we shouldn't be out here moving people's remains, but I also feel like the lives of the people alive matter more than the remains of those that are dead. So if we can dig up the remains, move them, and place them somewhere else, then I feel like that's something we should be willing to do in order to have our families keep their livelihoods and their ownership of the land in which they grow food, sugar, and whatever else for the community around them. To me, that matters more than the placement of dead remains. Okay? To an extent, because I do have respect for the burial process at the end of the day. However, I don't want to be buried. Burn me and throw my ashes over some beautiful body of water so the essence of me will always be in the place where I most want to be. Okay? I'm on the beach. The family has to tell, you know, everybody to back the hell up off Charlie and give her a moment to collect herself. And Charlie goes in the back and rips up some paper. She's pissed. She looks amazing, but she's pissed. Vi asked, you know, what's she gonna do? You all right, baby? She was like, I can't lose. I won't lose. You know, so we know she gonna go to bat. It's gonna be another season of Charlie fighting to the death. Okay, to the death for her people. And I'm appreciative of that at the end of the day. Okay, and then we see Ralph Angel and Darla walking on the river. Y'all, they had the cathedral in the background and everything, bitch. It was a real good shot. It was good placement, bitch. Honestly, I was trying to figure out where they were because I feel like the other side of the river, there's that wall, and then they were in Algiers. They were in Algiers for sure. But I was just trying to feel like exactly what it was. Because that's like a good spot to take some pictures, boy. But it's probably some private land that they paid, you know, in order to be able to walk on. Because I'm trying to think, I don't know anywhere where you have that clear shot of the cathedral like that. Along the water on New Orleans side, the cathedral has a wall that blocks it from, you know, complete view like that. So that's why I was just trying to figure out where exactly they were. But either way, it was a beautiful shot, which is what Queen Sugar is known for. Beautiful, beautiful camera shots, okay? And very well done post coloring and saturation. I won't even get into it, but they do very good work with the aesthetic of this show, and that's why I love it so much. So at the end, when he proposes to her and gets down on one knee and asks her to be his wife, and he want to be her husband, and she says yes, and she cries, and we know that Ralph Angel and Darla have been through so much together. So to see them now happy and healthy, being parents to their son after all of this shit that's happened, it was a very beautiful moment, and it gave us hope for the rest of the season versus the fear we feel with Charlie in the storyline with the farms in the town. You know what I'm saying? So they gave us something positive along with the negative. But Queen Sugar is back on and popping. It was enjoyable. I enjoyed it. I hope y'all enjoyed the review. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one.